Let's do this. Hello, wrestling fans, and welcome to this special, because there's so much news we can't compact it into an hour and stuff edition of the Suplah. I am Andy Quan, and with me, as always, is Sam Brooks.
Sponsored by Kit Kat. Have a break.
No,
it's not.
No, it's not a sponsor. It's not a sponsor.
Why is it not a sponsor, Andy?
I don't know that.
I have a disability, fuckface. My throat is sore. Don't make fun of a crippled boy with a crippled throat.
I don't think that's it.
Sponsored by Kit Kat. You know what's great about Kit Kats?
Kit Kat.
Kit Kats have a nice milk and cocoa center, and I love it because it's
sponsored by anything at all.
You know what you get? You get chunky Kit Kats, chunky Chit Chats.
What are you talking about?
They're a good mouthful.
We don't have time for this, Sam.
4 fingers if you really want to be adventurous. What Willy Wonka said. You want to be adventurous? You have 4 fingers. Yeah. Sponsored by Kit Kat. You regret that brand deal yet? Because I certainly don't. Look, it's so yummy. I love it. Great. Anyway, stop fucking about, Andy. We have news. The reason why we're doing this.
You're the one doing anything, like, stupid, right? So basically, a lot of stuff has happened. So much has happened.
Way too much has happened. In a week. In 1 week. Too much has happened.
It's insane, the amount of stuff. So without any further ado, Jinder Mahal is no longer the WWE Champion of the World.
The evil has been defeated.
And in Manchester, in England, of all places, guess what happened? AJ Styles wins the WWE Championship.
Yeah. So
Great.
Also this week, like what? Okay, so we're starting with this.
Let's start
I thought we were
this.
going to go in chronological order like normal people, but no. We're starting with the biggest news. And that is undoubtedly the first time a WWE title, main World Heavyweight Championship title, has changed hands outside of North America / Canada. Never been done before. AJ joins an elite of being the 3rd person to win the championship on a SmackDown. Those other 2 being Brock Lesnar and Vince McMahon. Fun fact. Yeah, I know, right? He's clearly in a high elite, isn't he?
I knew it was coming.
With the best of them.
I remember it happening as a kid, so...
I never even knew that it happened, to be honest. But, anyway, we got a chat here. Everybody's here. We got Alex King, we got Woofy, we got the Supreme Leader, who is now from Hawaii. She says aloha.
Aloha, Kim. Aloha, Kim. Anyway, so yeah.
He says, the first time in 14 years the title changed hands on SmackDown. First time ever in the UK. Indeed. Music to my ears, says Alex King. Indeed. However, I was worried.
Why?
I was worried when this first broke because not only had we already seen a poster for Survivor Series promoting Jinder Mahal versus Brock Lesnar with John Cena as a giant floating head in a referee shirt.
No.
It would have been a match that would have happened on WWE television. I cannot say if it would have been good or if it would have been bad. It would have been a match. However, apparently, fuck that noise, because AJ Styles is now fighting Brock Lesnar at Survivor Series. A non-title champion vs. champion bout. A dream match, some might even say. Former IWGP champion AJ Styles versus former IWGP champion Brock Lesnar.
Well, former WWE champion Brock Lesnar and former WWE champion, current WWE champion, yes! Jinder
former face of WWE versus former face of TNA, which we kind of already got with John Cena versus Styles. But anyway, that's besides the point.
Anyway, yeah, like the thing is that.
So I was worried. I should say. I should finish this thought. I was worried that before we got to Survivor Series, which is next Sunday, by the way, that Jinder Mahal would win it back 7 days later we have a precedent for this already this year. Remember the legendary, prolific title reign of Cruiserweight Champion Akira Tozawa?
Yeah, but that's the Cruiserweight title. This is the WWE Championship.
That was already put on Jinder Mahal.
Touche.
And has had shorter reigns than 6 days.
Touche.
Just saying, it wouldn't have been outside of the realm of possibility that Jinder Mahal would straight go balls deep on his rematch clause and do it the next week.
I think another reason why is because I don't think people cared about a Jinder Brock match, and when that poster was released, I feel like WWE might have. I have no proof of this. I don't know. If I was WWE, I'd be like, ah, crap. That just leaked. We need to come up with something else pretty quick. And
although, to be fair, there have been poster leaks in the past, namely SummerSlam of 2014. That never changed. So it's been a precedent before.
I mean, I've read the dirty
Excuse me. You've read the dirty sheets.
Yes, the dirt sheets are saying, and so is Alex King also saying, that Brock Lesnar is happier facing AJ than Jinder. Well, duh!
Fucking duh.
Duh.
Has AJ Styles concussed anybody this year? Don't think so.
Yeah, and I think
who's the better wrestler out of the two, despite what Carmine might want to believe? And he's going to hate me for that when he sees us back. I'm sorry. AJ's clearly the better wrestler.
Well, yes.
But that's not up for you anyway.
But here I think will be the right time to dissect the reign that was the modern day Maharaja Jinder Mahal.
Modern day marmalade, Jinder Mahal.
Okay. This is something that normally I would scream and shout about. But I feel like all of my energy about this issue has just kind of like been sucked out of me, and I'm drained mentally from this. So I will do my best to explain this, but be calm about explaining this.
I'm looking forward to this.
This was, quite frankly, the worst WWE Championship reign ever of all time. Worse than Kevin Nash when he was Diesel. Worse than JBL. Worse than everything else. Let's go back to the beginning, Samuel. Let's go all the way back to the beginning. All the way back. It's a trend that's happening on the show. We're going to talk like we're Godfrey for some reason. Basically, he was a jobber a year ago. I don't even know he was on the roster a year ago, actually.
No, he was. He just wasn't doing anything. You know what he was doing, actually? He was doing anger management skits.
Brilliant. Okay. Awesome. You remember when Stone Cold did that, and Bret Hart, and The Rock, and Triple H, and Mankind, and Kane, and everyone? No! Anyway, so the point is that quite literally, you have that to begin with. So then he wins the title, and everyone's just like, well, that's weird. In a match
I don't know. I think the reaction collectively was, oh, fuck.
No, it gets worse because this feeling gets worse. It boils like
the sense of dread and despair and apathy only exceeds as you go further along Jinder's reign.
Oh yes, I will document this.
How long? Let's get the stats up, shall we?
How long was it?
I don't know. I'm getting the fucking stats up. Please continue.
I will continue this great analysis. So basically, then he has a rematch with Randy Orton. In a match that
just one rematch, not just two rematches.
Yes. Oh no! Wait! Stop! Even right, so they have a rematch, and it's the same match as the one they had at Backlash.
But somehow even worse.
Yes, and then they're like, "LOL, we'll do it again." And
this time,
when they do it inside of a Punjabi prison match,
which as we all know, is one of the best match types to have ever been created outside of the kennel in a hennel match. What the fuck was that called? The
Kennel in a cell.
Was that what it was called?
Yes.
Yeah, that was a great idea.
That
And
was
so is a Punjabi prison, right? It's not overly
so.
gimmicky or
Here's
weirdly
no, Sam,
overbooked.
Sam, this is worse. It gets worse. Okay.
What do you want?
They bring back this hideous match, and then
Bring back a hideous man by the name of Great Khali.
But the best part about this is they bring him back. Has he been there since? No. So
no.
He's just appeared and then disappeared again. And then they put him against a guy who is actually over. They put him against a guy that they had a chance with, because every Japanese guy that they've ever had, they've made him like Kai or fucking Tajiri or something else. And they've never taken a Japanese person seriously. You had the chance to create a megastar in one of the biggest stars in Japanese wrestling history, in Shinsuke Nakamura, and he loses twice to this complete idiot.
You sound calm.
And then
you sound very calm and collected.
And then it all ends on a random episode of SmackDown outside of the US. What? Here's why this was awful.
I got nothing. But anyway, the reign lasted a good 170 days. And I know people, every time he surpassed another person's record, Reddit would complain. But I've always been an advocate of, it's not how long the reign is, it's about what happens in that length of time.
Nothing.
For example, people remember Daniel Bryan. Yes? He was a WWE champion for a collective, maybe 50 days. Cumulative? Ignoring the World Heavyweight Championship, he was WWE champion for one night twice. And then he won it at WrestleMania, and then about a month and a half later, he relinquished it. Because of a good old neck injury. But WWE was so keen to invest upon because the fans made him do it. People remember that a lot more fondly than they will ever remember the same match against Randy Orton 3 times, one of them being inside of a Punjabi prison where Jinder Mahal summoned the Great Khali from the depths of Indian hell to help him out just one time, and then he vanished back into the lamp, never to be seen again like a genie. That was the highlight of my fucking experience. But no, not only did that happen, we lost a Money in the Bank holder in Baron Corbin for a reason that I can only describe as shit. It was a shit reason. Because you had this guy who may or may not have been ready, quote unquote, to be WWE champion. More ready than Jinder. And I know they're trying to apparently break into the Indian market, despite that being a very rushed together plan that has apparently had little to no impact at all, to the point of network subscriptions going down, because they didn't quite consider that the way the world works in India is a lot different than the way it works literally anywhere else on this big blue rock spinning in space right now. They didn't think about that. No. So not only did we have that, we also had Shinsuke Nakamura lose in not as bad as Randy Orton's matches, but not good matches by any stretch of the imagination, because those matches made me miserable. And not just because it was the fan favorite Shinsuke Nakamura from New Japan Pro Wrestling, Shin Nihon Pro Wrestling, the biggest, best wrestling company in my eyes, and many other people's eyes. It's not just because it was Nakamura. If it was anyone else, it would have also been bad. Because it was the same match every single time, with the same finish every single time, except for the time when it wasn't, and even then it was bad anyway. Out of its entire title reign that lasted 170 days, from May 21st to November 7th, I can only remember 2 highlights. Number 1, a match against Randall Orton on SmackDown. Do you remember that?
Nope.
So I'm already one up on you.
Yep.
You wanna know what? You wanna guess what the second best memory of his title reign was?
Tell me, Sam.
Him losing it.
Yay!
Do we not see a problem here? And I know it's very in vogue and very cool, and it will get you brownie points with the internet if you complain about Jinder Mahal.
But it was stupid to begin with. Like, I don't.
It was. Never been good.
But we're not selling this enough, Sam. We're not selling it enough. Like Alex King said, well put. I don't think it's. We're not finished. The worst part about this.
Right. Well, it's the worst part that we've apparently forgotten about.
This guy didn't develop or change. He didn't go through any.
No, you know what he did do? He cut racist promos against Nakamura, and yet he won that feud. What does that say?
The only two people that have come out of this looking brilliant, and all credit to them, and all the kudos in the world for the stuff that they did for this horrible idea, are the Singh brothers. The bumps that they took were horrendous just for a guy that no one cared about. Like, I follow this guy on Instagram, and I won't say what his name is, but he's like the biggest Jinder Mahal. I think his name's like Wrestling Classic or something. And all he ever posts is just about Jinder Mahal, and I had to just unfollow him because I'm just like, I can't cope with this guy anymore. Jinder's probably a lovely human being, but...
No, we should say this. We should also say that if you did, unironically, enjoy Jinder Mahal as a WWE champion...
You are the problem.
No, shut up.
Oh.
Number one, that's okay. Because fucking genius over here recognizes that wrestling is subjective. That should be the catchphrase of the fucking channel at this point. The Suplah, wrestling news and reviews. It's all subjective. Because we're all allowed to like what we want to like. We're also all allowed to dislike what we want to dislike. And we shouldn't expect either side to change based on those things. If you want to dislike Jinder Mahal, that's fine. If you want to enjoy Jinder Mahal, good for you. You're getting a lot more enjoyment out of this product than anyone else on planet Earth right now. Good for you. But you know what? It's not just about Jinder Mahal. It's about AJ Styles. This bit of news.
Yes.
Because, okay, we've spent since the day it was coronated, this Jinder Mahal reign, we've done all the bitching and all the moaning and all the complaining and all of the plot hole poking that we could have ever possibly done. I think it's time we just lay that to rest and focus on some good things, some happy things. AJ Styles is a 2-time WWE champion.
Good.
The first man to win it on outside soil.
I think
Very impressive.
I think that's good as well for many reasons, because I think the UK shows, at least, I feel like, I mean, they are canon.
Yes, they're definitely canon, but
like,
I don't know who said it in the group chat, but I know someone said it. Nothing really happens on them.
Yeah, because they just don't want anything to happen on these shows.
Remember that time when Big Show came out and insulted the English? That was my highlight of that tour.
Yeah, and then they'll just have like some famous English sports star and be like, "Look, it's Wayne Rooney, way!" And it was just like,
oh, he punched Wade Barrett in the mouth, and for no reason, and it didn't help anybody.
See what I mean? Things like that. So it's good that they do this, because that's one of the reasons why I don't
what's the team of Countdown doing here?
I mean, that's why I don't go to live.
What's Dale Winton doing on Monday Night Raw?
Live.
Is he going to supermarket sweep his way into the WWE Championship match with his trolley? Sponsored by Kit Kat?
Stop saying we're sponsored by Kit Kat. We're not.
No, we'll get sued because they know we exist. And someone will tell Mr. Cat about us. And we'll be in big trouble.
Basically, the point is that...
Oh yeah, Brendan in the chat, and he says, Andy's not complaining when I watch a show. He must have gotten his meds. Or Photoshop Nia Jax nudes. One or the other. I'm happy that that sticks with you now. I'm happy that I made that into a meme. It's gonna stay with you forever now. How does Kim feel about that, by the way? She's in the chat now. She could always tell us.
You could just not do that. Anyway,
Whoopi says, "What's Piers Morgan doing attacking Corey Graves?" Here's a story. Since we're on the subject of UK in WWE talk, Corey Graves made a comment on Enzo Amore during Raw. And this is a good transition into the next topic that we want to quickly move on to. Enzo is in the ring. Corey Graves on commentary says something to the effect of, Enzo might just be hated more than Piers Morgan. To which everybody popped. Because who doesn't hate Piers Morgan? Who doesn't hate that twat? Right? And for those of you who don't get this, if you don't know who Piers Morgan is, let me tell you, he is a dick. So that's Piers Morgan.
On American television.
He has been on television, and he is also a giant penis. That's all you need to know. He's one of the most hated men in Britain, and apparently, when he's got nothing better to do than scour his own name on Twitter, he called out Corey Graves for such a comment, saying something to the effect of, "Aren't you the wrestler that couldn't quite make it, so you went to do commentary instead?"
Piers, the thing is, mate, is that he suffered multiple concussions to the point where he may have brain trauma and brain damage. You inconsiderate twerp.
And that might have been a good response from Corey Graves, but he instead said, "I'm sorry. I meant no offense. I just Googled most hated man in Britain. Welcome to the Relevance Club, by the way." So that's a nice little Twitter beef, little Twitter story that doesn't really matter. It's great, isn't it? I love Twitter feuds. They mean everything. What are people saying? Kim says, "Ha ha ha, I am indifferent to this Nia Jax stuff." Well, good. I'm glad that you take it in your stride, unlike a certain somebody who would rather it be erased from the internet entirely, when in fact he is the one to have started all of this.
I did not start this.
I think you did, mate.
I don't think I did, mate.
I think there's a reason. I think there's a reason why you said that thing that initially started all of this magic journey.
Because someone said it in the chat and then they said it out loud without thinking.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, great to deflect your problems onto other people.
What's the next thing we're talking about,
Sam? Bullet Club says Nia Jax is the worst. Moving on. Haha, no she's not. You are wrong. She's actually fine. She's not terrible. You can't even really say that when there's far worse women in wrestling right now. But that's besides the point. Not relevant right now. We're ticking Jinder Mahal loses the WWE title to AJ Styles on SmackDown off the list, yeah?
Yes. It is
We're done with that? Okay.
We'll never talk
Next
about
item.
it again, please.
Well, maybe. Next item is Pete Dunne debuting on Raw. Do you want to talk about this, maybe?
Are they're merging the cruise, like they're not merging the two titles, but the cruiserweight title, but they're kind of merging the divisions.
No,
there is an image going around online saying that the UK people are going to be into 205 Live.
They were on that one episode because they happened to be on the UK. No, they're not. Oh. They're still trying to do that UK show.
Thank God.
And God forbid, something horrible goes wrong and they're no longer able to do it. But that being said, they were in the UK this week and they thought, hey, who better to bring out and just have a fun old time with Enzo Amore other than United Kingdom champion Pete Dunne, who hasn't really done anything since winning that belt a couple months ago. Whoops.
Oopsie doodle.
Oopsie doodle macoodle. So he came out on Raw.
With him and Tyler Bate.
Oh yes, a strong contender. But anyway. Enzo's in the ring, cutting a promo, which is where that Piers Morgan comment came from, Corey. And then, whose theme music should hit but Kalisto? What does Kalisto do? He goes round the ring and he sits down on a chair. To which we think, yep, good one. You already showed Enzo. But then Pete Dunne music hits, and everyone's like, holy fuck, it's our boy. Oh shit, what up? It's that boy with the UK title. And then Kurt Angle comes out. Don't know why. You're not Pete Dunne, everyone's like. And then Kurt Angle says, you are right. I am not Pete Dunne. However, bless me.
Does he
Here is
sneeze in the
Pete Dunne.
promo?
Yes, he did. He sneezed again also. I'm doing an
Wow.
promo. Shut the fuck up, it's dusty in here, alright? I'm trying my best. Here is
Why don't
Pete
you
Dunne.
clean it?
And Pete Dunne comes out, and everyone is happy. And then he wins a match against Enzo. What a load of fun. However, the Big Melts says that he's not permanently a part of Raw.
Well, that was a waste of
It's
time.
just a one-time thing. No, it wasn't a waste of time. What are you talking about? It reminded people that Pete Dunne existed. It got some good traction for him, and it might, it might lead towards some developments with his UK show. We don't know. I think it was a cool moment. I was happy to see Enzo get knocked the fuck out.
But
I thought it was fine.
But here's the thing, Samuel. A couple
What?
of days before, guess what happened?
I don't know. A lot of things may have happened a couple of days before this.
Pete Dunne appeared in ICW.
With his dad, Triple H.
Yeah. Literally, in ICW, of all places, the Gamer, Suplah, the Kings. He doesn't talk like that anymore.
No.
He appeared in ICW, which was bizarre.
Yeah.
Great. What else?
Why did you
happened
bring
week?
this up if there was nothing to fucking say about it?
I don't know. It's just weird seeing Triple H of all people in a little tiny ICW ring, surrounded by
Scots.
Scotland people from Scotland, and
They're called Scots.
it was pretty cool. Good man.
It was alright. I don't know why he was there. We don't actually know what he said there. All we know is that he was there.
Oh no, they released a video and he just said it's places like ICW, why like how they find talent and why they're doing a UK thing. So apparently they were in Cardiff for ICW. My bad. They weren't in Scotland at all. Whoops.
No, ICW does go further than the Scottish lands, Andy. It's not just stuck in the north.
It's not the Scottish Premiership. It's like, oh, Celtic, where do we go? Just in Glasgow. Like, I don't know what that was. So, yeah.
I have no idea what you just did. But yeah, that happened and it was cool. Whilst we're on the topic of Pete Dunne, there was some other news. Fucking quick fire news, everybody.
All the news.
NXT Takeover War Games looks pretty intense, doesn't it? Doesn't it look great? Doesn't it look grand? Doesn't it look lovely jubbly?
Yes.
I'm gonna pretend that you know what matches are on this card, but...
I'm looking it up now.
Cool. Do your research, fuckface. There is a dark match that has been added, namely UK champion Pete Dunne defending his title against the Rebel Heart Johnny Gargano in a pre-show match at NXT Takeover War Games.
That's going to be match of the night.
It's not a knock against either of them. It's mainly that entire event. Oh, it looks stacked as fuck, and I'm excited for it. But this being said, when this news broke, people in our little Suplah group chat weren't best pleased with it.
Why?
Namely, Keelan, who is in your house right now, I assume?
He is. You want me to go get You want me to go get him?
You can try and go getting him, and then he can explain it himself, and we can have a fun little educated discussion.
Okay. Here's what's gonna happen. I'm gonna call Keelan, and then I'll tell him.
You're in the same house. Use your legs and walk.
I don't want to. I want to be on the show at the same time.
Fucking brilliant. So, yeah. Great. We'll just... Okay. I'm not even going to talk. We're just going to listen to this. This is going to be fun.
Let's see. Come on, Keelan. Hello? Come upstairs 1 second. Why does it sound like you're underwater?
Hello?
That's better. Come upstairs, please.
I can't.
Okay. Why did you not like Pete Dunne versus Johnny Gargano?
Why?
Yes.
Because WWE's argument is they need a title match to make it special. But if you haven't, but we know who's going to win, so that negates it. So it's not special. So just don't have a title match.
Thank you, Keelan. Goodbye.
To which I say, how many times over history have we known the outcome of a match, but you want to see it anyway? And that doesn't stop it from being a good match between two solid wrestlers, surely.
Well, I feel like this should be on the main roster. Like, why is this not?
Well, this is also something that people don't get, is that always, fucking always, 100%, whenever NXT do a takeover, the next week after the takeover, there's a pre-recorded episode of matches done in front of the War Games crowd, or that takeover's crowd. So this match of Dunne versus Gargano, I would bet money on it that it's going to be the main event of that episode of NXT. It's not going to be televised at TakeOver because the card is already stacked and they have too many matches, including a fucking War Games match, which could take up a lot of time. Bearing in mind it's only a 2-hour event, not a 3-hour pay-per-view. So really,
but in
it's
theory,
fine.
They've gone over and they could go over again.
Yeah, but going over is bad. That's not what you're meant to do.
That's the joy of having the network. You can do whatever you want.
No, you can go over by 10 minutes, but you can't go over by an entire match length.
I don't know. I don't think anyone would complain if War Games goes over just because it's War Games in a WWE.
But they have to fit within a time limit. It's not
I'm
about
not saying go over by loads, but 15 minutes, no one's going to care, are they?
That's a long time.
No one will care.
15 minutes is a while. You can go over by 5 minutes. You can go under by 20 minutes, like Survivor Series last year. But anyway, point being, it's fine. It's going to be a match that may or may not see the light of day, and if it doesn't, oh well. I don't really matter that much, as I do Kermit Arms, but you know, it's not going to be a big problem. It's not going to stop me from enjoying either the thought of this match happening or me eventually seeing the match a week later. Like, it's not a problem as much as people would like to think.
I just feel like more people watch these takeovers than actually watch NXT.
You don't know that though, do you?
Well,
You're just saying that because you don't watch weekly NXT, but you watch takeovers.
Yeah, but I mean, like Keelan and Liam and I will always watch an NXT show that's a takeover, but we may not watch all the NXTs because we know that the NXT takeovers are going to have solid matches in. So I don't know. Maybe more people pay more attention to that. I don't know. Who knows? Chat. What do you do?
Heroic Nyko says when a title match is placed on the pre-show, it devalues the title. It's not on a pre-show. It's a dark match. This match will be shown maybe a couple of days later as a main event on NXT TV. So really, nothing's being devalued. And people, if you want to complain about titles being devalued, then you want to bitch and moan about the tag titles as well, surely. But oh no, they're putting on Match of the Year candidates when they're on the pre-show, so it's fine, right? It's not like the last UK Championship match we had was a Match of the Year candidate. I feel like we're going to be fine, everybody. I feel like it's not going to be a problem. What else are people saying? People are saying that you're hot. Alright. Don't know where this came from. He's not. Is he hot or not? He's not. It's a spoiler alert for you.
Look at me.
Anything to fucking say, Mr. Hot Man?
Hey, you know, the people can't, the people don't lie, It's what it is.
I'm going to say, typical, you get in a relationship and people are coming out of the woodwork. Yeah. It's almost as if when the streak was happening, you were the butt monkey of all of the jokes.
And now I am now eye candy for everyone. What is happening? What do you mean, meh? There's no meh. There's no meh. Look at me. Look at this.
I am looking at you. You look like fucking Leisure Suit Larry. I love silence on our fucking show. It's fucking wonderful. Jesus Christ, talk.
Yeah, but like, you just call me Leisure
Use
Suit
your
Larry.
words.
You just call me Leisure Suit Goddamn Larry.
Yes, come up with something else. Come back.
Shut up, Tumblr.
Wait. Oh yeah, original. Good quality content. That's what people subscribe for. Right. So, moving on. Because apparently we've exhausted this discussion. Even.
Oh, right, yeah, okay.
Yeah? You want to say something? Yeah? No, great. Wonderful. New Japan, yeah? People love that shit. It's almost as if
Oh, yeah,
it's one of the best companies in the world. And you know who's going there now?
Chris Jericho.
What the fuck? Isn't he signed to WWE, Andrew?
No, basically, according to things that are happening, Dave Meltzer, guess what's happening? He's a free agent because they couldn't agree a deal. So guess what? Jericho's like, LOL, let me fight one of the best wrestlers in the entire world in Kenny Omega.
You know what's weird about Chris Jericho?
What's weird about Chris Jericho, Sam?
Many things, but he's doing a cruise.
Yes, he is, which I am tempted to go on.
Alright, Mr. Student Loans. With what fucking money?
I earn money now. Sort of.
Enough money to go on Chris Jericho's rockin' cruise?
No.
No, didn't think so. But anyway, he's doing a couple of matches on a big boat somewhere, and it's a weird idea, but whatever. He's a weird guy. He wanted to have this match, or people thought this is what this match was going to be. Kenny Omega versus Chris Jericho on a boat somewhere. But nah, it's instead happening at the January 4th Tokyo Dome show, Wrestle Kingdom 12, the New Japan WrestleMania. What the fuck? What the actual fuck is this, other than an amazing announcement that is going to change the way that New Japan is perceived by people? People love Chris Jericho.
Yes.
He's had a career renaissance this past year.
Yes.
And now he's going over to Japan for maybe a one-off match against another gaijin who is proclaimed as being, I'm going to quote What Culture here, a wrestling polymath. Because they love to suck Kenny Omega's dick. What are you doing?
The What Culture song.
That's not the What Culture song.
Okay.
So, thanks for ruining that. Yeah, people love Kenny Omega and people love Chris Jericho. So now they're having a match, presumably for the IWGP United States Championship, which is cool. And this means that an already amazing event is going to have more eyes glued to the TV or the laptop, wherever you watch it. Are you gonna try and watch Wrestle Kingdom?
What time is it on in England?
Usually it's actually not bad because Japan's time zones are a lot different than America's. So instead of having it at like
They're
1
ahead
in the
of us,
morning,
aren't
they are ahead of us. So I think, if I'm correct, we would get it at around 8 o'clock in the morning, and then it would go through until about midday, and that's including like a pre-show as well.
It's not too bad.
So you don't have to stay up all night. You could, in fact, wake up early, which is not a bad idea.
I may invest in this.
I think it's amazing because not only has Chris Jericho not appeared in New Japan for 50 million years, because it's been a while. He's been in Japan before, but
when he was younger.
He was younger and a lot better, some might say. But he's a good wrestler still in his own right, and he's going to face another amazing wrestler in what is bound to be an amazing match. And we know Omega's going to win, but it doesn't mean it devalues a title now, does it?
No.
No. And it means we're going to want to see this. And luckily we are. I'm excited, because the more eyes on New Japan, the better. Let's see what the chat's saying. They're talking about intergender wrestling, and I don't know why. Chris Jericho just revitalized his career with one promo, says Wolfie. Yeah, I feel like with the whole list thing that happened kind of last year, kind of this year, people love Chris Jericho unanimously now. And he's being regarded as like one of the better heels in wrestling going right now, so who better to fucking introduce a lot more people to New Japan than this guy? I think it's great. I don't think there's any drawbacks to this.
No,
I'm
I
excited
think,
for people to watch New Japan now.
yeah, I think this is going to really help. It's helped New Japan already in my like viewing and researching this. Like Jericho was in WWE about what, 2 months ago?
Around June or July, I think was his last
Okay,
showing.
so literally, he's now signed with New Japan. He didn't. Yeah,
No, he's not. He's not signed. He's a free agent.
Okay, he signed a match. He's having a match in New Japan, for God's sake.
He is.
So they obviously negotiated a deal with the guy, right? So this wasn't whatever TNA is now. It wasn't Ring of Honor. It was New Japan that did this. So, oh my God.
Yeah, it's pretty good. And it's I feel like it's weird because we all assumed that Jericho was still under contract with WWE and people were thinking, well, Liger showed up at TakeOver one time. I guess they're letting Jericho go to fucking New Japan for one time, but nah. He's a free agent now, which means we could be seeing him more there than just the one match, and I'd be happy with that.
He could, in theory, appear in Ring of Honor and stuff like that because Ring of Honor have got like that deal with New Japan and stuff.
Yeah, where they loan out talent sometimes and have all of their current talent lose to New Japan talent at their pay-per-views.
Could you imagine?
What a great deal.
Could you imagine seeing Jericho in a Ring of Honor ring?
That would be cool.
Ring of Honor needs something. This could be.
What are you talking about? They have the Young Bucks.
Everyone has the Young Bucks at this point. Everyone.
No, you know what Ring of Honor has? Cody Rhodes.
Everyone has Cody Rhodes at this stage.
You know what Ring of Honor has?
Who?
I think that's it.
That's what I'm saying. They need people. They don't have Mice Girl because everybody has Mice Girl. He's a new junior heavyweight champion of New Japan. What's happening?
New Japan.
What?
New Japan, you said.
I said New Japan.
That's a racist.
I said Japan.
Sponsored by Kit Kat.
No, I said Japan. Anyway, what else is happening on Wrestling, Sam?
Oh, here's some weird fucking news that everyone's worried about.
What's that, Samuel?
Oh, you're coming up my laptop now, and I don't know why.
No!
Okay.
Oh, I can hear myself talk! No!
Yeah, that's what you sound like. It sounds awful, doesn't it?
It's not good.
No. European tour the WWE are on. They sent home a couple of people, namely Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens.
Now, I did some research on this, Samuel, so I can explain.
Oh, finally!
It's a miracle!
Finally, you did research!
It's a miracle, Sam! Basically, what happened was that at the end of the New Day and Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn match, the finish, according to Dave Things Are Happening Meltzer, and this was the definition of things are happening, literally, Kofi does the finish of the match, completely fine. Kevin Owens comes in, starts beating up Kofi, maybe? And then, okay, and then literally what happens, they just leave. They just leave. And it's really awkward, and everyone's just standing around. No one knows what's going on. And then the New Day's music starts playing for some reason, and end segment. Basically, there are two theories according to Dave. Either this was an accident, and it was just miscommunication as a car drives past very loudly.
What the fuck is that?
That was a car.
That's a jet plane, sir.
That was a car. Did you hear that?
A car.
A car.
A car. It was Sting.
Car. Anyway, that wasn't Sting. The point is that so either it was just miscommunication or they did it on purpose. And according to Dave, they have gone home. They sent them home from the tour. And then Dave was like, they might be back on Tuesday. They might not. That might be it for them. No one knows.
I'm coming home. I'm coming home. Tell
Tell
the
the world
world I'm
Dean
coming
Jericho's coming
home.
home.
As Kevin said as he walked through the front door to his family, who were very confused.
Yeah, like this is bizarre.
Now, here's the thing as well. I've also done research on this because I come prepared to these things, and Meltzer said the following. There's a lot of untrue info. For one, story of Owens being mad on the tour bus after the tapings isn't accurate. He was not even on the bus after the tapings. So there's that theory debunked for you. Yeah, there's a story going around where basically Kevin was just running his mouth about something on the tour bus after the tapings, but apparently that's bull because you weren't even there. The finish of the match was exactly as it was supposed to be.
Mm-hmm.
The post-match is a story that is being told different ways depending how you want to hear it, but that is a point of contention. So it may or may not be true, is what he's saying.
Things are happening!
But that is the thing. Any other stories are not accurate as it pertains to them being sent home. It has nothing to do with Neville or Jimmy Jacobs, as rumored. So, we don't know what's happening. All we know is that they have been sent home, and it is apparently not a work, because there was an outcry of people saying, "No, it's just continuing the feud with the Shane McMahon and the brand supremacy." But it's got nothing to do with that, apparently. So, I don't know what's happening, but you have my attention. And I'm very concerned because there's been a spate of these reports now of people just going home or going away because of some reason or another. Oh, for fuck's sake. Yes?
I'm going to be at home tomorrow night. So.
Okay, I'm doing a show. Can you just wait, please? Thank you. Fuck's sake, living with parents is wonderful, isn't it? So...
Wait, was that a debut of Sam's mum?
Maybe.
Ah, Tron. Oh no, we're live.
I'm not going to. Yeah, well, idiot.
Anywho.
Yeah, what was chat saying? Work, not a work. Yeah, brilliant. Bullet says Bullet says they were supposed to go back into the ring and get beat up by New Day, but they didn't. Maybe miscommunication, but then why would WWE have them get beat by New Day and then after the match too? We don't know.
Yeah.
There's a lot of confusing stories here. All we know for certain is that they were sent home. We don't know why. It could become clear in a week. By which point, the news will be outdated anyway, because other crazy things would happen. Because apparently there's just a spate of craziness happening this week. So much so that we had to go live so as to not be outdated by the time even more news comes out.
Yes.
Isn't that dumb?
Yep.
That's why we're live. But anyway, I don't know how long we've been going for. It's been... How long has it been? It's been about 47 minutes. So I think if we go back to last week's show and we have a look at some of the comments, because we need to do that, yeah, we might as well just do that. So whilst I'm doing that, why don't you just give some candid thoughts about whatever the fuck, just say shit, say words, I don't care at this point.
Yeah. Did anyone see the UFC card?
Oh god. What is all about the UFC card? Please tell me.
It's good, because like there were 3 title changes in one night. Which is
Which titles?
The women's strawweight title.
Strawweight?
Strawweight, yes.
That's a thing?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
The welterweight championship, I think.
Okay.
And the middleweight championship, I think.
This is brilliant. This is good talk.
Anyway, the point is, 3 title changes in one night. Amazing. GSP came back. It was great. So
What?
GSP came back.
Who?
What? Why does no one know who GSP is?
What's that mean? What is his name?
George Rush St. Pierre.
I might have heard of him.
Yes, he's like a bald Canadian man.
Sounds about right.
Yeah.
Is he good?
He came back, right? This is after 4 years. He retired, and then he came back. Amazing. Oh, it's the bantamweight title, the women's strawweight title, and the middleweight title. Well, that's close enough. So...
Everyone in the chat is just, like, questioning why you're talking about UFC.
We don't know. It's just something that happened. And we've run out of news.
Brilliant. So let's talk about the comments.
Everybody talking about me.
There it is. Last week we talked about Emma and the spate of releases and why we were sad. Antonio says, I think Emma's release is in part due to the fact that WWE has a lot of good wrestlers, but they can't use them all. Same with Neville asking for his release. Why stay in a company where you're going nowhere? Neville is going to explode on the indie scene or in Ring of Honor. To give time to them, you could have To give time to them, you could have to take time from someone else, which has the potential for sowing jealousy among talent. That person is taking my spot, etc. Neville can go to New Japan, but they're not going to make him world champion. They might make him junior heavyweight champion or the Intercontinental champion, but not world champion. Yeah, agreed. Talking about Neville, I don't know why, but yeah. It's weird. It just seems so weird to me still that Emma is gone, only because she was on pay-per-view and Raw several days before her release. That's the main thing that confused me. And we heard no follow-up on it, although there was a couple of things that were brought to light. Mainly, the Emmalina gimmick was apparently Vince's idea, and Emma didn't want to do it, which led to some scuffle amongst them creatively. So there's that. Yeah, it's still not clear as to why she's gone.
Yeah, it's not very clear, but I have some breaking news!
Oh, good. Is it worth interrupting the comments, or is it just not actually breaking news? It's just something you found on Reddit.
Guess what? Guess who's coming back?
Roman Reigns.
Yes.
Yeah, I already knew this. Yeah, Roman Reigns has been cleared to compete, everybody.
Apparently the match that we're going to see at Survivor Series is the New Day versus The Shield.
I'm excited for that.
That could be really good.
Because it's one three-man dominant stable versus another three-man dominant stable that never coexisted.
Survivor Series.
They never coexisted, fun fact. You may think they did, but no. Shield broke up in the middle of 2014. New Day arrived at the end of 2014. So we've never seen them compete. Until next Sunday, apparently. Apparently we're going to have to wait until Raw for it to be made official, but yeah, that's what we're getting. And I'm excited. I realized it today, I'm super excited for Survivor Series and TakeOver. Like, genuinely. I'm happy about what's happening there.
This is almost like how WrestleMania should be booked.
Well, with excitement and good matches.
Yep.
Maybe. But yeah, I'm excited for it. Anyway, back to the comments, because, you know, we were in the middle of that, Andy.
Alright, my bad.
Voidstorm says, all I remember from Summer Rae was that she debuted with Fandango and then had the Rusev thing. Then nothing.
It's a fish.
Yeah, you're clearly forgetting about the legendary fish promo that no one wants to let go of.
Oh, take the fish.
Sponsored by Kit Kat.
Sponsored by fish.
So.
Wow.
M. Gunter says Sanity could get all the title. Oh, I feel bad because I mocked people last week saying, oh, everyone loves to fantasy book this group winning all the titles. And I even said Sanity can win all the belts. And then M. Gunter says Sanity could win all the belts. Nikki Cross was top contender before Asuka left, and Dane being in the armbar means they have plans for him. They could build him up for TakeOver in January, beating Drew to become the second WCPW champ to become NXT champ. I don't know. I mean, we already have... The weird thing is that Sanity now freebird the tag titles in NXT. Which wasn't the case before. It was just Eric Young and Alexander Wolf. But now, Killian Dane also has the tag titles under the freebird rule. Leaving out the woman for some reason, I don't get why, but point being, I don't know if they could anymore. Unless you can have someone freebird for tag titles and also be NXT champion. Out of all of those, it would definitely be Eric Young. Rather than Killian Dane. Not to knock either of them. I just think Eric Young is more main event than Killian. You don't know because you don't watch NXT, you only pretend to. Ain't that right, Andrew?
No, it's not. Not at all. I don't know what you're talking about.
Why are you talking that way?
I don't know.
Fucking amazing. Bullet Club says, my view on the Leo Rush thing. You have been in WWE for 1 or 2 months. Be professional. And think before you post a joke about someone's release and not think people are going to come after you. You deserve it. I mean, yeah, I'm pretty sure if they don't already, they should start teaching social media lessons at the Performance Center. Because clearly, it's not going to do you any favors if you make one mistake and everyone jumps down your throat and there's no saving you after that. You're just fucked, apparently, because of one tweet. Ain't that a bit weird? Ain't that a bit unfair, don't you think?
It is a bit unfair.
Just a bit, especially because Leo Rush is actually a good talent. He's not just some jabroni like the Tough Enough winner, who got released, by the way.
Was he still there?
Yeah, not anymore, though.
Was he still there?
No, it's good that, you're in Tough Enough and you win and nothing happens. But then you're in Tough Enough and you don't win and you become the Velveteen Dream. It's almost as if there's a problem with that competition.
Yeah, there always has been.
Yeah. The Miz is the biggest example of it, really. Oh no, he didn't win. You know who won? Not him. I forgot who won that year. Who won that year? Exactly, no one even knows. Oh yeah, it was Pewter. The guy who shot on Kurt Angle and then died.
You gotta stop saying that, Sam.
What?
He shot. Never mind.
Sponsored by Kit Kat. Gunter says, so is the black hoodie the live one and we get a grey one on tape shows? Oh, fuck. I mean, he's right. Never even noticed.
You wear the same clothes for live shows.
Oh, yeah, Dr. Pepper!
No, what am I wearing? What am I wearing?
I don't know, let me look. What are you wearing? Nothing! Just like your personality. It's grey. Boring.
Oh, yeah, pot kettle.
Oh,
Pot kettle.
Oh, really?
Black hoodie you're wearing. Ha ha, get it, it's a joke. Oh, I love silence on a podcast. Yeah. Ha ha. Ha. Anyway, what's the next bit of news, Sam? Fine. Well, I think that's it then. So, I've been Andy Quad, and we'll see you there. Bye. Wait, don't go yet. We've got to do an outro. Are we ending this now? Talk, damn it, talk. Right. Well, I have. Don't eat the Kit Kat. What are you doing? No. What are you, mute? Talk. Well, I guess that's a natural conclusion to the Suplah today. I think we got through all the news. I have been Andy Quad. You can find us on Facebook. You can find us on Instagram and Twitter. If you put in the Suplah, you'll find us. We have a gaming channel, Suplah Gaming. We play other things that are not wrestling related, like Sam does a Nuzlocke. Still not sure what that is. Been like 5 weeks and I still don't know what it is. But we do other games as well. And if you go to suplah.com, you can find the broadcast where you can talk, when you can talk about things that are not wrestling related. Sure, why not? No, we have a podcast where we talk about things that have got nothing to do with wrestling. Go check that out. Liam Dunn's just joined the chat. Too late, Liam. Too late. Are there other things? Yes! Suplah series will be a week on Sunday because the band, the gang, including this guy, Liam Dunn, is back together. Too sweet. Oh no, I'm going to get sued. Go. So yeah, that's a thing that's happening live. Don't you dare! Don't you dare! Don't do that! No, I have been Andy Quad. And we will see you next time. Don't know if we're live or not. I will see you soon. And so will Sam. Goodbye. End the show. End the show. I want to do everything. End the show. I'm not turning on the lights again.
Sponsored
Don't you
by
dare say
Kit
sponsored
Kat.
by Kit Kat. End it. End it. God dang it.
With a
God.
chewy center full of cocoa and milk. Get a Kit Kat, have a
Do we
break
have to turn
today.
off the lights again?
Well, I mean, what do you think? We are live, and how we end live shows now.
That's not how life works. That's not how life works. God's sake. Why do we have to turn off the lights? Nothing now.